Yo, what's going on, Sixer Nation? DFJ Hoops here, back again with another live stream. Man, as y'all come in, please make sure y'all smash the like button. I already see some comments here. Salute to my guy BJ in the building, bro. What's good, bro? Let's go. Sorry about the loss, but we beating y'all tonight. Yeah, BJ on that bullshit. But yeah, salute to the Cavs though. Cleveland playing some good basketball, but um we got to talk about this game against the Chicago Bulls last night. That's what we're gonna talk about. So appreciate y'all for tuning in. Salute to my guy BJ. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. And yeah, let's talk about the game. So, um, a very interesting game, right? A very interesting game. A game where everybody thought the Sixers had it in control. Um, they went up by as many as 24 points throughout the course of the game, and they proceeded to blow a 24-point lead by the end of the fourth quarter. And the Chicago Bulls took the lead, and they never gave it back to the Sixers. Now, prior to the game starting, I made a prediction, right? I did say that the Sixers were going to win, and I gave strategies on how the Sixers could win this game, right? I said the Sixers had to be aggressive from the start. They had to make their shots and they had to secure rebounds in order to win because the Chicago Bulls are one of the best rebounding teams in the league, right? Now, it seemed like they were doing that. They were aggressive from the start. In the first half, they scored 75 points. They had 45 points in the first quarter alone, right? So they were aggressive. They made their shots, right? And they were also securing those rebounds. I think in the first half they had about they had more rebounds than the Chicago Bulls, right? They had way more rebounds than them. So they were executing the game plan. Maxey was having his way with the defense, and shout out to Maxey. Even though the Sixers did not get the victory, I think he played a very good game, especially in that first half. Like when Maxey had the ball in his hands, like Maxey was aggressive from the start. And once he had it going, everybody else had it going, and he was finding everybody. He was getting everybody shots. I mean, Embiid was making shots. VJ was making shots. Even Kelly Oubre was also making shots. Right now, Kelly has been very good so far. The last game against the Brooklyn Nets, he really showed out for the Sixers. I think in this game too, he was very aggressive, right? Doing what he was supposed to do, playing good defense on Buzelis and Josh Giddey. Now Josh Giddey had a triple double. I mean, like I said, he's a walking triple double, right? He's definitely gonna make shots, and I wasn't surprised when he finished the game with a triple double because I was expecting him to get a triple double. Now, even though we play good defense on him, it still didn't matter because like that's how he's accustomed to playing. And when he's out there, when he's being aggressive, he's gonna get everybody else going. And when they're making shots, guess what? It makes his job even much more easier. But shout out to Kelly Oubre for being aggressive from the start. Shout out to Edgecombe as well. Edgecombe was aggressive some way in terms of facilitating and also trying to get in the lane and get some layups in. I felt like he was aggressive, but Joel Embiid was also making shots in the first quarter. Now Joel Embiid has the most point average against the Chicago Bulls in NBA history. I think he averages about 29 points against them. Um, Early on, he was making shots. He was getting to the free throw line. He got some superstar calls, and he was able to get to the free throw line. But offensively, he was making shots. He was scoring. But defensively, it was just that his legs was just not there, right? His legs was just not there, and he wasn't really mobile enough to keep up with the actions that Chicago was running. And what they were doing is that they'll pull him to the 3-point line, and then they'll take advantage of him, right? Because once you get him out there, like anybody can blow past him, right? Anybody can blow past him. Josh Giddey was blowing past him. Trey Jones was blowing past him. Even Nikola Vucevic. And if you got Nikola Vucevic blowing past you as a big man, you should know that there's something wrong, right? If he's putting the ball on the floor, driving past you and then finishing at the basket, you should know that there's something going on, right? You should know there's something going on. And that's immediately what I recognize with Joel Embiid is that he was making shots, right? When the shots is falling, it's good and all, it helps the offense. But defensively, it's just that, he's just not mobile enough to play, right? He's just not mobile enough to play. And with him not being mobile enough to play or even move on the perimeter, it really hurts your defense, right? It hurts your defense because once he gets blown by, the defense they have to scramble, and somebody has to pick up somebody, and then your whole defense is in rotation. Salute to my guy, Rap Guy Reloaded. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. He says Embiid will not be playing tonight. Yeah, that's pretty much expected. He's not going to play in back-to-back games, so we're anticipating that. Yeah, we get that, but it's all good though. But yeah, as I was saying, I mean, Maxey was making shots. I think Maxey made like 4 or 5 threes in the first quarter alone. He was making shots, and the shots he was just making was very very easy because he was so confident. Right, he was so confident, and I don't know where the confidence came from. If it was just him trying to be in the mindset of being aggressive, or because it was his birthday. Right, shout out to Max. He turned 25. Shout out to him, but he was just aggressive and he was so confident. Like he wasn't even hesitating on some of the shots that he was taking. Right, he was just making shots. Like he'll get to the basket, make a layup, drive past the defense, stop on a dime, pull up the midi, and then also hit defenders with snatchback, with some snatchback step back threes. And those shots are very very difficult to pull off. But Maxey was able to take those shots, and he was able to make those shots. Right, so the game was coming so easy to him, even though they were playing some good defense on him. Right, it didn't matter in the first half, in the first quarter. It just didn't matter. Right, he was just in the zone, and it was just like nothing Chicago could have did was going to stop him in that first half. Right. Isaac Okoro was playing some good defense. I mean, Isaac Okoro is very, very strong, can move his feet, right? He's very, very athletic. But Maxey was still having his way with them, right? Maxey was still having his way with them. And when they benched him, put Patrick Williams on the floor, it still didn't matter. Maxey was making plays, being aggressive, and helping the Sixers very, very much offensively. Because that's where the Sixers had that spark, right? Because of Maxey. The shot making, the playmaking, and also opening up the floor for other guys to also eat, going down low. It really helped the team offensively, right? Jared McCain, he made his return. He checked in the first half. I mean, in the first quarter. But when he came in, I noticed something right off the jump, right? I think the meniscus is probably still bothering him to a certain degree, that he had that big ass knee brace on, right? And just like Paul George did last season, and just like Embiid did last season, that big ass knee brace, it makes things very very difficult, right? Especially if you're not used to it. It makes a lot of things difficult for you. And I felt like Jared McCain had some of those difficulties in the game. I think he was like 0 for 5 to start. He started off 0 for 5, but he was just not comfortable, right? And with him being out as much as he has been out for, I mean, that also messed up with his rhythm as well. So he wasn't able to, make shots. I think the confidence wasn't there too, because he's been out for so long. I mean, he's been out since like February of last season, right? He'd been out since February last season, so I think it'll take him a while for him to get back on his feet and help the Sixers in a very very positive way. But I mean, the Sixers still went up by 20, right? They still went up by 20. Maxey was doing his thing, like killing the Chicago Bulls defense, like destroying everybody in front of him. Okoro, Patrick Williams, abusing Josh Giddey, abusing Nikola Vucevic. And I think Maxey had as much as 22 points in the first half, right? And he was just hitting some difficult threes, like some Steph Curry type threes. Those are the threes that he was making, even though Maxey's not on Curry level, but those are the caliber of threes that he was making, right? Very, very difficult shots, like shots where the defense is very, very perfect, but it's just that he got the angle at such a way that he was able to get the shot off and it was still able to drop. Those are the caliber of shots that Maxey was making, right? And it got the Sixers in the flow. And, I mean, when you go up by as much as 20 in the first quarter, guess what? Your offense is absolutely clicking, right? Your offense is clicking, and the Sixers were shooting, I think, 63% from the field, and from the three-point line, they were shooting at a very, very high percentage. right? Shooting at a very, very high percentage. Salute to my guy Cheyenne in the building, bro. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Salute to you, Shy. Salute to Bernard McCoy. Maxey's mastering. He says Maxey is mastering the game physically. He just has to master it mentally and at the end of games. Yeah, that's absolutely true. That's absolutely true. And I think I think he's definitely going to get it. It might take him a while, especially this season. I mean, it's only game 7 of 82, so moving along, I think he'll probably be fine. But yeah, I absolutely agree. Salute to my guy Hendo in the building. Appreciate you. Who is Hendo? Y'all should go check him out. Detroit Pistons and Golden State Warriors content creator. Y'all should definitely check him out. So yeah, the Sixers had it going. Put up a 45-point quarter, and they went 8 for 11 from the 3-point line. So I think Maxey made 4 threes. VJ Ashko made multiple threes. Kelly Oubre made a 3. Embiid made a 3. So the 3-pointers was falling. Right? The 3-pointers was falling. And then in the second quarter, Maxey Maxey was just on a whole nother level, right? 20 points in 15 minutes. Maxey was just like the shots that he was hitting, like I said, and he was also making plays and playing some good defense. I think Maxey finished with 3 blocks in this game. I mean, the blocks is not going to show you how impactful he was defensively early on, but he was there defensively, playing in the passing lanes, getting some weak side blocks as well, running the breaks and giving guys easy opportunities. He was doing it all for the Sixers, right? He was doing it all for the Sixers, and that really helped us a lot, right? It really helped us a lot to where the Sixers went up by as much as 24. Y'all look good in the first half. Maxey carried and ran out of gas, and B can't move. Well, hey, Handle, you're not lying, bro. That's facts. You're not lying, especially on defense. And like I said, when you got Vucevic putting the ball on the floor and driving past you, you should know that your defense is just not there. Your defense is non-existent, because there's no way in no world should Nikola Vucevic dribble past anybody. But he was able to do it because Embiid is not mobile enough to keep up with him defensively. And they kept abusing him defensively. So, Nick Nurse had to take him out, had to play Adem Bona. And Adem Bona, sometimes his offense could be a little shaky. Defensively, he's capable of getting blocks. But I think one thing that Nick Nurse could have did was to play Justin Edwards, right? I think if he brought in Justin Edwards, I think defensively probably would have helped us a lot. And it would have given Josh Giddey a different look because, he was, Edgecombe took on the challenge. Kelly Oubre took on the challenge. But I felt like this was the game where, if you would have put in Justin Edwards, who can come in and make an impact defensively, it probably would have helped us a lot. Right. But, Nick Nurse chose to go with, Jabari Walker and those other guys. And, it was working in the first half, right? It was working in the first half because the Sixers were up by double figures, right? So everything was working. And early on, Chicago was struggling from the 3-point line, right? They were struggling from the 3-point line. But by the second half, they made adjustments on their own. They made some changes. And, face guard and Maxey, not making anything easy for him out there. Even though Maxey's, he's still that good he's very, very good and smart to, work off screens and find his spots and try to make shots and try to get aggressive going downhill. But sometimes it's just, they just work him out. So they just make it difficult for him where he has to, run around screens. And then you don't have enough time to work with. He said Podcast P need to be investigated. He's still recovering from a knee surgery, so hopefully we can get him on the floor by mid-November. He'll probably return with LeBron. Who knows? Yes, sir. Share the live. Appreciate you, Hendo. Appreciate you. Yeah, what you call it? Justin Edwards, he been struggling, so I think he out the rotation right now, right? He's been struggling, so he's out the rotation right now. But yeah, I feel like that was a game where you should have, just tried to see what he can give you defensively. Because Josh Giddey, very, very difficult to contain, especially in the open floor. Kind of like Ben Simmons, right? Even though I think Ben Simmons was much faster than them, but I mean they got similar qualities, right? They get aggressive in the open court. They're very, very difficult to contain going downhill, right? Both of them are good playmakers, right? Ben Simmons is a good playmaker. Josh Giddey is also a good playmaker. Josh Giddey is a walk-in triple double threat, right? He's a walk-in triple double threat. So, I felt like they should have given him a chance, but they didn't do it. But Chicago in the second, they try to go on runs, trying to cut the deficit to single digits. But it seemed like every time they would try to go on a run, like the Sixers will hit timely shots, and it'll kind of like stop the run, and then the Sixers will go on the run on their own, right? The Sixers generated a lot of offense in the first half. I think after this season, if it's not successful, they probably get off one of them. One of them is going to get traded. Because I mean, you signed them to win a championship, and then two seasons later, you got the same results. So yeah, you'll probably have to make some changes, and they'll probably look to make Maxey the man. So I mean, who knows? Maybe Embiid could get traded too, but I think Paul George gets traded for sure. Right? They'll probably break it up, but heading into the third, you know, and I'm gonna do something much different today. I'm gonna play the fourth quarter shots, and we're gonna talk about it. Yeah, as of right now, yeah, I agree. Maxey, and VJ Edgecombe, they've been playing. They've looked very, very. They're very, very athletic, right? You can even make an argument that that's the most athletic backcourt in the league, right? You can make. I think I can make that argument, but yeah, I think yeah, yeah, I would agree with you definitely. But in the third, Maxey, continues to get aggressive. Maxey continues to make things happen for the Sixers. That's where I saw Kelly Oubre. I saw a lot from him in the third frame as well as his defense. Right, he was playing some good defense on. Is it Buzelis? Yeah, I hope I said that right. Buzelis. Yeah, he's a starting three for the Bulls. He can he's very, very good, but he struggled in this game. But other guys, stepped up huge. I mean, Vucevic stepped up huge for them. Josh Giddey had a triple double, had an all around impact for them throughout the entirety of the game. They had other guys coming off the bench also, playing very, very well, right? But the Sixers still, they were still playing good, right? They were still playing good, but the offense decreased from what it was in the first half, right? The 3-pointers that they were making, they stopped making shots. They were not able to make shots. Salute to OG Sei Oganobi. Appreciate you, bro. Put some respect on the Bulls' name, bro. We respect the Bulls. I mean, they're one of the best teams. I mean, so far, right? 6-1. I mean, we giving them we respect them. We giving them their props. They absolutely deserve it. Right. They beat the Sixers. They rallied from 24 points down, and then they take the lead. So yeah, we respect them 100%. But in the third, that's when the Bulls started to go on runs and trying to make this very, very close. Why aren't y'all playing Andre Drummond? He's played in a couple games. He played against the Washington Wizards. He had his moments against them. But hey, I don't know. I think Nick Nurse is really trusting, the big man combo of Joel Embiid and Adem Bona. Now, I think if he would have played in the Chicago Bulls game, I mean, in the second half, we probably would have secured a lot of rebounds, right? Because the Sixers' inability to grab rebounds, inability to make shots, is what hurt them in the second half, right? That's what cost them the game, right? That's what cost them the game. So, but yeah, like I said, Chicago, being aggressive, still being aggressive, not giving up, it really helped them. And the Sixers not being able to make threes, not being able to make shots as good as they was doing in the first half, it really hurt them, right? It really hurt them. And the Bulls took full advantage of it, right? The Bulls took full advantage of it. And it was in the third frame where I saw moments where VJ Edgecombe was being a little bit hesitant. I mean, he had a play where Joel Embiid passed him the rock, he gave it back, and then Embiid passed it back to him, he gave it back again, and then Embiid gave it to him like, bro, go get a bucket. Like, bro, stop giving it up. Go get a bucket. And he gave it back to Embiid, and I was like, oh, is he hesitating? Is he scared of the moment? Like, what's going on? Because Vucevic was on VJ Edgecombe on that play. So I think Embiid was like, yo, take him to the cup and go get a bucket because he's a mismatch. You're faster than him. You're more athletic than him. You can definitely drive past him. Right. You can definitely blow by him. But VJ, did not take that opportunity. Kept playing catch with Embiid. And then Embiid had to put it up. And I mean, with the shot clock winding down, I mean, Embiid is he's gonna miss shots like that 9 times out of 10. Right. Now, there's something that I noticed in this game as well. When Embiid when he sets screens, like when they run the pick and roll, Embiid is not really rolling to the basket. He's stepping out to the 3-point line. He's popping to the 3-point line, right? And teams are giving him those open shots, right? Teams are giving him those open shots because Embiid is not going to kill you from the 3-point line. I mean, I think teams are looking at it as if Embiid steps out to the 3-point line, he's bailing us from the 3, right? He's bailing us as a defense. So we're going to give him that shot 9 times out of 10. If we give him 8 of those opportunities and he makes, only 3 of them, I mean, I think as a defense, we did our job. So I think that's how they're looking at it. Because, I think the knee still, bothering him. So he's not trying to be super aggressive and trying to, post up every single play. Even sometimes he does post up, but, he'll end up fading to the left or fading to the right. Right. He'll end up, doing a Dirk one-legged fadeaway. That's what he's been doing. Powell says Embiid is in the way for real. He can't play defense. Listen, I'm not even going to argue with you on that. He can't. Now, he did get a few blocks, but the blocks is not going to tell you the whole story defensively, right? The amount of times he gets attacked on defense, I mean, the 3 or 4 blocks that he gets is not enough to, cover or erase the amount of times that he gets blown by from the perimeter or gets attacked when he's in the paint. Because if he's on the perimeter, he's not going to move his feet because, he's not mobile enough. And when he's in the paint, he's not going to, jump and contest shots like that. Right? He might jump a few times and get some blocks. I think he had like 3 or 4 blocks, but, it's just not enough. Right? He gets attacked way more than the amount of blocks that he's able to get or the amount of times where he's able to alter a shot. Right? So that really hurts the Sixers defense. And transition, like when the Sixers turn the ball over and then he has to get back on defense, like it really hurts us a lot because he's not quick enough, he's not fast enough, and the Sixers end up giving up layups like that all the time. They gave up easy opportunities like that to Isaac Okoro, to Josh Giddey, to Trey Jones, and some of the guys that came off the bench. Right, so yeah, I agree with you 100%. Absolutely agree with you. He says inability. You had VJ taking rebounds from big men. By the way, y'all really need to trade Joel Embiid. Hey, hey, a lot of people gonna agree with you. Me personally, I would agree to a certain degree because I mean, I think when Embiid is not playing, like this team plays fast. I mean, we're able to, play fast and freely. And, he's not giving us the problems defensively, right? When he's not in the game, I think our defense is much better. The offense is much better because, I think the ball moves, player move. But when he's in the game, like when he gets on that block, what I'm saying, he kind of like slows everything down. And, players get to standing there and watching. So yeah, it hurts us a lot. So I ain't even gonna lie, that hurts us a lot. But to trade him, yeah, I mean, definitely on the table. He had 5 in the last 6 minutes, 3 bad shots and two turnovers. Yeah, he was 0 for 5 in the fourth quarter. I think Vucevic played very, very good defense on those possessions right there. Very, very disciplined. He knew what Joel Embiid was going to do. He knew after those 3 bumps, he was going to fade to his right, and he was just disciplined and waited for Embiid to, bring the ball to his, bring the ball over a little bit, and he was just able to go for the swipe. And Embiid turned the ball over that way. And then some possessions, he shot the ball and they just came up short. Right? He shot the ball, they came up short. But it really hurt the Sixers. It really hurt the Sixers because they really struggled offensively to get anything going. And it wasn't just Embiid struggling, right? Maxey also struggled too. Maxey was 2 for 8 in the fourth. Embiid was 0 for 5. Quentin Grimes was. I think his stat line was nasty because he was 0 for 5 from the 3-point line in the entire game. Like it was very, very terrible. I think if Maxey had it going a little bit, the Sixers probably would have made something happen. They probably could have won, but because he struggled and was really dealing with some tight defense on him, because Isaac Okoro was playing some good defense, ball denials, all that, top locking, preventing them from using screens to get freely. Like, I think we got to give Isaac Okoro a lot of credit. Even though Maxey had 39 points, but the defense was very, very superb. And you got to give credit where credit is due. Yeah, smash that like button, y'all. Smash that like button. Salute to Phil in the building. Appreciate you, Phil. Appreciate you. Make the game simple. Make Giddey and Kevin Huerter play defense. He says pick and roll. VJ and Maxey take off dribbles. Make the game very, very simple. Yeah, and I think they had success when they were doing that, right? They had success when they were attacking Josh Giddey and Kevin Huerter. I mean, Kevin Huerter had that play I think it was in the third where, Trent Watford was trying to post him up and he had a block on him. And Kevin Huerter, out of all people, was talking shit, right? So, but I think when Maxey had those opportunities, he was able to blow past them, get in the lane. Sometimes he was able to finish. Other times he just missed a shot because, guys recovered, guys rotated and were able to affect the shot. So he wasn't able to get anything going. But I think I'm going to play the fourth quarter shot attempts, and then we're going to go through it. And we're going to put blame. Whoever deserves blame, we're going to blame them. You know what I'm saying? Salute to my guy, RJ in the building. Bro, we were giving them credit prior to the game starting, and this is what they do, right? But it's just terrible. He says, bro, I'm never praising this team again. Hey, I'm not even I ain't even gonna be mad at you. But he says, I'm at work. Nah, you good, RJ, you good. I know you're gonna support no matter what. So, but appreciate you for tuning in. Appreciate you. But I mean, even though they struggled in the third, they still headed into the fourth frame with a 13-point lead, right? They went into the fourth with a 13-point lead. Maxey and Embiid were off the court, and they had VJ Edgecombe, they had Grimes. I think they had Jared McCain in there too, had Bona, and they had Kelly Oubre. And I think, for a stretch, they were making things happen, right? Even though Chicago they were getting into their actions very, very quickly because they were playing from behind. So they had to catch up, right? And they were capitalizing off transition plays, off of missed shots. But I think in that fourth quarter, I think VJ Edgecombe was being, he was being aggressive on both ends, both sides of the floor. He had some good plays defensively where Chicago shot the ball and, he secured the rebound and the Sixers were able to get a transition bucket off of that, right? He dived onto the floor, was able to save the ball, and the Sixers, capitalized off of it, right? And he had another play where, it was a strong drive, he was able to get the defender in jail, and able to finish with the floater, right? So he was trying to make things happen. Other guys were also trying to make things happen. Kelly Oubre was trying to make things happen, but when Maxey and Embiid came in, that's where everything started going downhill for the Sixers, where they're trying to run the two-man game, and Embiid is missing his shots, right? Missing his shots, turning the ball over. Maxey missing shots, turning the ball over. I think he made 2 shots in the fourth quarter. He was 2 for 8. But, the defense the defense was very, very good, right? The defense, they played some good defense. They did a good job with ball denial sometimes on Maxey, not letting them get the ball at all. And I think that's how the last shot, I think that's how it went because they knew Maxey was going to get the ball. So Isaac Okoro did everything in his power to make sure Maxey doesn't get it, right? And the last play, I mean, the play where the Chicago Bulls took the lead, I mean, I knew that play was coming because they ran that play a couple times and they were able to shoot threes off of it, make threes off of it, right? Where Josh Giddey would get the ball, jab to the right, fake a drive to the right, but he would drive to his left, right, drive to the left, force the weak side defender to come over to contest, and then whip a pass into the corner for a corner three. He did that play. I don't think I can count how many times he ran that play. They ran that play so many times. Now, other times they missed a shot, but in that instance, it was just very, very perfect for them. And then Vucevic was able to knock down a wide open three. Right? He was able to knock down a wide open three. I think the nearest defender was, Quentin Grimes. Quentin Grimes wasn't able to get there in time. And then, he was able to make a big shot, and it put them over by, I think, 2 points. Right? That's the only time they led in the game. The Sixers had the lead for about 97% of the time, and in the 3% time, Chicago takes the lead and they win the game. And then you end up blowing a 24-point lead. Right? Now, I don't want to say that they choked. I'm not a believer in choking or they choked, but I mean, blowing a 24-point lead, I mean, it's very, very terrible. Right? It's very, very terrible. And I just don't want to go with that narrative. I think they didn't execute down the stretch. How good they executed in the first quarter, I think it was way different in the second half. Right? Because you put up 75 points in the first half, and then in the second, you're not even able to score 30. Or you're not even able to score 35 or whatever. He says VJ got away with some fouls too. Any other player that fouls for reaching. Yeah, he did. It's not wrong with playing slow Embiid. It's not wrong with playing slow Embiid. Wait. It's not wrong to play slow. Embiid is too indecisive. He looks for the tic-tac fouls too much. That's true, but I don't think that's what he was looking for in the fourth. Like, he was looking to score, but they were playing some good defense on him. I mean, those possessions where he was posting on Vucevic, like Vucevic was very, very disciplined, right? He knew what Embiid was going to do. He already knew the play. He knew what Embiid was trying to do, and then he just stayed patient. And when Embiid brought the ball into in front of him, he just went for the swipe. Right. That's not any great defense. That's, being smart and just, timing the ball perfectly. That's what Vucevic did. Now I'm gonna go through a few of these comments right here, and then I'm gonna play. We don't see the shots because the Sixers went 4 for 22 from the field in the fourth. That's crazy, right? When they were 8 for 11 in the first quarter alone, right? So, he says that Nick Nurse call was a good shot. Grimes was guarded by an average defender. Yeah, I think it was a good play. Now I saw a short where DJ Eastwood, shot the running back Philly. He was saying that was a bad call because Grimes was 0 for 5 from the 3-point line. I mean, you got a point right there, but it was still an open shot. And even though Quentin Grimes was 0 for 5 from the 3-point line, Quentin Grimes is capable of knocking down those shots. Right? He's capable of knocking down open threes. So I don't think it was a bad shot. You got a wide open three, but he just missed a shot. Right? He just missed it. And that's all she wrote. Right? That's all she wrote. And that was a huge comeback for the Chicago Bulls. And the Sixers end up embarrassing themselves, blowing a 24-point lead. Right? This was something similar that happened to them last season, where they were playing the Boston Celtics. They were up by as many as 25 or 26 points, maybe 27. And then they end up blowing the game, right? This game was very, very similar to that game right there because the Sixers really had control, but not executing properly in the fourth quarter and sometimes not playing time and score correctly, because I saw that with Maxey a lot. We had opportunities where Maxey was supposed to run clock, but 20 seconds left on the shot clock, he's taking a shot. Like that's a bad shot because you're supposed to run clock in that situation. You're supposed to play time and score effectively. Right? So Maxey gets blamed, Embiid gets blamed, everybody gets blamed on the team. I'm not going to put it on just one person. Right? How did you like? I don't like that. I didn't like that, but they were using Grimes as a 3 because I mean he's 6'5", close to 6'6", so it's more of a 3-guard lineup than a 4-guard lineup. I still don't like it, right? I still don't like it because you still have mismatches out there on the floor, and in Chicago they're gonna exploit it. Josh Giddey exploited him multiple times, right? So I didn't like it, and then you had Jared McCain struggling a little bit because he's not in rhythm, right? First game in like 7 or 8, maybe 9 months, right? It's gonna take him a few times for him to get back to what he was doing prior to getting injured. So I didn't like it, right? And defensively, I think those when we had those lineups in, that's when Chicago was going on their runs, right? That's when they were going on their runs. So it didn't help us that much. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. Yeah, I feel like it was too small. Yeah, it was. It was. But yeah, that's all I got for this game right here. But let me see if I can go through the fourth frame, and we can all go through it. Oh man. All right, so here we go. Yeah, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Smash that like button, y'all. Smash that like button. But right here, yep. Okay. There it is right there. All right, so here's the Sixers. Here's the first possession in the fourth, right? They're up by 13 points. So it's VJ in the game. It's Jared McCain in the game. I think Kelly was in the game too. Kelly Oubre, Adembona, and somebody else. I can't remember, but let's see how they play this. Yeah, Kelly's right here. I'm blind as shit.
Couple of three.
Uh-oh. Yep. Okay, so right here, so they faked the flip action, right? He faked the flip action. He tried to go downhill. That was a quick drive. He gets in the lane. I think they called a foul on that, so he was able to get to the line and he made some free throws. So that was an aggressive drive from VJ Edgecombe, right? You like to see plays like that from your rookie. So shout out to him. He says Bona couldn't grab a board when Drummond was in the game and the bull from the Trailblazers. You talking about this game right here? Because Drummond didn't play. You said it was a no call? I thought he got to the line because they called for a foul. Oh, okay, no call. All right, no call. So this play, this is a baseline out of bounds play. That's a good screen from Adembona, and you got Quentin Grimes, fade into the corner for a 3. I think he missed this one. Yeah, he did. He was 0 for 5. So yeah, so good action, but ends up being a terrible shot because he missed. he missed everything completely. Right? It was a good action though. Good action. But you got the Bulls, in the races because they're trying to catch up. They're down by 13 points. So, yeah. Third possession. RJ says, "Watch out for the copyright. NBA don't play." Yeah, that's why I'm pausing and playing. I mean, I'm trying my best. I mean, I see a couple people like play the games and stuff, but yeah. Hopefully, I don't get no copyright strikes. Josh Giddey played. Yeah, no, I don't think so. I don't think so. He didn't play the entire fourth. Nah, I don't think so. But here's an ISO possession for Quentin Grimes. Buzelis is on him. So Quentin Grimes passes to Kelly Oubre. Um, so Oubre with Josh Giddey on him. I think he drove on him, but he missed a shot, or I think so. Yeah, he missed it. Now I think it was a good possession for him because against the Brooklyn Nets, he had possessions like that, and he was scoring off those actions. So I mean, I'm not mad with this possession right here, right? I'm not mad with it at all. But you know, they couldn't score. Now here's Edgecombe, working off the Idem bonus screen. That's Patrick Williams right there. Kelly Oubre is at the top of the key. Jared McCain is in the near corner, and you got Quentin Grimes in the far corner, and that's Buzelis on him in the weak side corner. Right now, Isaac Okoro is getting ready to check in because Maxey was getting ready to check in because that was his that was his assignment, right? Yeah, it was a good shot, but he just missed it, right? It was a good shot. He just missed it. So me personally, I wasn't mad with that shot. But Edgecombe is able to turn the corner right here. Okay, good play. Able to get the defender on his hips. Is a good finish from the rookie. Probably could have been an and one, but they didn't call it. But that was a smart play, smart vet play from your rookie VJ Edgecombe. So yeah, you definitely applaud him for that. Right. But here Sixers, up by 11 points. I think VJ had a steal. I mean, not a steal, but he secured the rebound, and the Sixers were able to get a dunk. I think Kelly Oubre had a dunk on this play. So right there, that was the dive right there. Secures it, gets it to Kelly. And you got Josh Giddey in front of you, like, bro. There's like nobody in front of you. So he goes for the dunk. Yeah, he showed no mercy. But you got Jared McCain, with the rock. Buzelis is on him. He probably passed it to Quentin Grimes, and Quentin Grimes missed a shot. But let's see what goes on. So he works off the bonus screen, almost gets trapped, so he has to give it up. So that's Grimes. Grimes shoots a three, and he missed it. Right, he shoots the three and misses. But this possession right here. See this. I want Giddey to play defense. Yeah, I think that was the goal. That was the plan. I mean, that was the strategy to winning, right? Attacking Josh Giddey, trying like forcing him into actions and forcing him to guard, right? But they did a good job with pre-switching, and they realized that the Sixers wanted that matchup, and they were going to live off that matchup. But they were doing a good job, pre-switching and always keeping Isaac Okoro on Maxey and making it very, very difficult for that to happen. So you got to give the Chicago Bulls credit, right? You got to give them credit. But Maxey's in the game. Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, Kelly Oubre, Grimes, and Adem Bona. So Maxey gets it, right? Maxey's going to work off the Adem Bona screen right here. So Jalen Smith picks him up, but Maxey's just too quick, and he's able to turn the corner. And you got Josh Giddey right here waiting on him. But Maxey's able to use his speed and also get in the midi and then, make the floater. And, he gets the foul too. So that was a good play. It was a tough shot, a very, very tough shot, coming off that screen, driving with your left and, turning the corner And then, with the defender waiting in front of you, waiting on you, like that was very, very difficult. So, but Maxey was still able to shoot. He was still able to make it. So, shout out to him. Shout out to Maxey, right? But yeah, Sixers are still up. The Sixers are still up. Now the next possession right here, Maxey will work off the Trent and Watford screen. Now I was expecting a hedge and recover type tactic right here. I was expecting Buzelis to, like fully switch and try to push Maxey all the way to center court. Right? That's what I was expecting, but I think they played it differently. So let's just go through it. All right, so they fully switch, right? They fully switch. Maxey gets the switch. So Maxey recognizes the mismatch. So he says, okay, I'm about to drive downhill. Right? Buzelis cannot stay in front of me. So let's see how Maxey plays this. So Maxey right here, right, trying to make something happen for the Sixers, right, trying to score, trying to be aggressive. I felt like in this play right here, if he would have, I think he should have. How do I say this? He should have anticipated Isaac Okoro coming in for the double team. Now, this right here is a defensive sin, right? This right here is a defensive sin because what do they teach you on defense? If you're in the strong side corner, you never leave your man wide open. You never leave your man wide open because the offensive player can make a simple read. You don't help one pass away, right? So Isaac Okoro right here is helping one pass away. That's a defensive sin. But they're able to get away with it because Maxey does not recognize that Trent Watford is wide open right here. So he doesn't make the pass. Instead, he tries to, finish over two players, two defenders, and he ends up missing the shot. Right? But I think if he would have made that read or made that simple pass right here, I think he should have anticipated because there's no way that Isaac Okoro is going to watch you drive past Buzelis and try to finish at the basket. Right? At some point he was going to come in for the double team. So that's when Maxey should have made that, made that read, right? Make that pass. Now, if he misses the shot, he missed the shot. But, I mean, it's still a wide open shot, right? It's good offense, but you just missed it. Right? So doesn't recognize, tries to finish, and that's a good contest. I mean, that's a lot of fouling right there, too. I ain't going to lie, but yeah, they get a stop. Rap Guy Reloaded says, DFJ, you need to use fair use guideline. Yeah, fair use, NBA, fair use. These are just reference points, so I'm not playing the entire game. Right, but the Bulls are able to get a stop right here. That's very huge for them, right? They were down by 7 points, 7 minutes left. That was a good defensive possession for them. Okay, now the Sixers do get the offensive rebound, right? Now let's see how they play it. They get it. Kelly Oubre shoots a three, and I think he missed it. Right? He missed the three. Clank. They get the rebound. Okay. I think this was a similar play. It was the same play from the last possession. Yeah, similar play. Yeah. They get the rebound. And that's something about the Bulls. Like they have a lot of grab and go guys that when they get it off the rebound, like anybody can push it. Right? Anybody can push it. So that's offensive versatility right there. So with this play, so Maxey with Kevin Huerter on him, passes it to Trendon Watford on the slot. So Trendon drives. That's a good contest from Buzelis. But the Sixers are able to get the offensive rebound. Bona does a good job. Once in his life, he's able to get offensive. He's able to get an offensive rebound. But yeah, they get it. Let's see what happens with this. So he thought about it. Finds a cut in Maxey. Right. That's some good. That was a good play because Kevin Huerter was not paying attention, and Maxey's able to cut right in front of him. Finishes with the offhand. Okay, that was a good read from Trendon Watford. And Trendon Watford, he's kind of like a point forward, so making plays like this comes very, very easy to him. Right, it comes very, very easy to him. So big shout out to him for making that play. I mean, it don't matter right now because the Sixers lost, but it was still a good play. All right, so Trey Johnson. Trey Johnson is on Maxey right now, right? Trey Johnson, Maxey will work off the Kelly Oubre screen, and you got Kevin Huerter. Kevin Huerter will pick him up, and Maxey again, right? Buzelis comes in for the double team because they knew Maxey's not going to make that pass, right? You got Trendon Watford in the corner again. But Maxey tries to force a shot. Now, is this Joel Embiid's fault? No, it's not Joel Embiid's fault. Even though he did contribute to the Sixers, losing in this game. But these plays right here are not Joel Embiid's fault. He's not even on the court, right? He's not even on the court. So these are plays. These are the passes that Maxey should be making. And if he is capable of making these passes consistently, because he was making those passes in the previous games, but in this game right here, I think, the sense of urgency. So he was trying to make things happen on his own. Right. But I think this play right here, you should make that pass into the corner. Right. Because Buzelis right here is committing a defensive sin. And in the process of him committing a defensive sin, you should make him pay for it. Right. You don't help from a strong side corner. The most you can do is help him recover or stunt him recover. You don't fully commit to the offensive player. So plays like this, like Luka will make you pay for it. LeBron will make you pay for it. Jokic will make you pay for it. Chris Paul will make you pay for it, like the highest. The good playmakers. I mean, James Harden will make you pay for it. Trae Young will make you pay for it, right? And I think if Maxey fully understands that concept and is able to make those reads and passes consistently, I think that'll probably separate them from a lot of these guards in the Eastern Conference. But you try to finish over two guys, and that's what happens. The referee is not even looking at you, right? Even though there was contact, but the referee isn't even looking at you. Oh, man. But Sixers are still up by 7 points, but these are the plays where, Maxey on the floor, complaining about a call. But, these are the plays that will help the Chicago Bulls get into the races and, score because, it's a 5-on-4 break. Right? These are the plays where they will use to get in the game. Right? Now, the big dumb motherfuckers in the game. And these were the defensive possessions that I was talking about, where Vucevic was very, very patient, very, very disciplined, and just waited for Embiid to bring the ball over, and then he would just go for the swipe. Just watch this. So Embiid catches. So he starts his dribble. 1, 2, brings it, goes for the swipe. Turnover. Oh, my goodness. This shit funny, bro. But, I mean, listen, to be fair, like, look at this. If he passes it to Grimes, it will get intercepted by Kevin Huerter. If he tries to find VJ Edgecombe right here, it will get intercepted by Josh. Is that Josh? Yeah. Josh Giddey will go for the steal because he's in the passing lane right there. So they made his job also difficult, but he turns the ball over, and they get into the races. Okay, the Sixers were able to get a steal right there, but can you capitalize on the other side? Can you convert on the other side? Now, the very next possession, he misses the shot, right? And like I said, Vucevic was very, very disciplined. He's not known as a good defender. He's not known as a lockdown defender, but he is able to play this possession very, very well, and they're able to get a stop or able to force a miss, right? Now, that was a shot that Joel Embiid should have made, right? Because that's his game. That's his bread and butter. But, to his defense, I mean, he was on the bench for like 12, 13, or maybe 14 minutes. So he was probably cold. So he wasn't able to make those shots. But Booz Ellis, we're in the clutch, right? We're in the clutch. Embiid misses. Bro, you're not Dirk Nowitzki, bro. So a two possession game. They get it, and they probably, they get a good shot off, but probably. Oh, salute to the sporting page. Appreciate you. Horrible loss because of Embiid, but VJ Edgecombe might have saved Maury's job. Joel Embiid is a horrible communicator. Can't lead on and off the court. In practice, he doesn't give players urgency. Stop absolving them. There's levels to leadership. But I mean, I'm blaming him for the loss too, because these last 3 possessions have been empty possessions because of him. Right? So yeah, I'm not excluding him from blame. Like, I'm not protecting him. I'm giving him blame too. So yeah, I'm being fair, and I'm consistent too. But this play right here, I mean, they run the DHO. Maxey gets it. Booz Ellis still on Maxey. Maxey's able to shake him off. He's able to get enough separation to shoot the midi, but he just misses a shot. Right? I don't think this is choking. I don't consider this as choking, but you just missed a shot. It was a good shot, but you just missed it. What do you think? If they are going with you guys, I don't want to answer. There's something to answer. So this play, so Grimes, gets to the top of the key, finds Embiid, and here was the dumbest shot. This is one of the dumbest shots that I ever seen. Now, yeah, the clock was winding down, but Embiid shoots a one-legged fadeaway 3-pointer, and it didn't even graze the rim, barely. Right, barely. Now, it was a dumb shot because the Sixers were up by 3 points. The Sixers did not need a 3-pointer in that instance. Right? The Sixers did not need a 3-pointer in that situation right there. Right, but the Bulls are playing it very, very smart. Right? Vucevic playing it very, very smart. Not known to be a defender, but when you're disciplined, these are the kind of results that you get. Able to get a stop. And the Bulls get in the races. I think Embiid got the block right here. Okay, he got the block. And the Sixers get in the races right here. So Edgecombe, yeah, it was an empty possession. They didn't do anything with it. So the next play, you got Josh Giddey on Maxey. Right, so Maxey, clears the court. He says, and of course, Embiid shot the fade because y'all been glazing this dude for so long. He doesn't understand basketball clearly. Maxey has no understanding of when to slow it down. Philly played at the Bulls' pace all night. Chicago is deeper, and Kobe White isn't even back yet. Yeah, Kobe White didn't play. Ayo Dosunmu didn't even play either, and they were still able to win. But Maxey, it's he picked his spot. sidestepped to the elbow, but completely misses the shot. But like I said, it's just jumpers that he's missing, right? It's not that he choked, but he's just missing the shot. But Maxey gets the block right here, right? Now Maxey gets the block. Now here's the dumbest thing that he did. Now I'm gonna let this play through. The Sixers are up by 3 points with 19 seconds left on the shot clock, right? 132 on the game clock, 19 left on the shot clock. Right, you're up by 3 points. You have to play time and score correctly. Right? You have to play time and score correctly. And you not running enough clock, not running anything off the clock. Guess what? Chicago gets an extra possession, and they're able they're able to cut it to 1 point off this miss right here. Right? Because Tyrese Maxey did not play time and score correctly. Right? You get the stop. So, this was the previous possession. So, sidestep, shot the midi, completely missed it. Right? You're able to get a stop. He committed. He got the block. Okay, that's good. But, bro, you're supposed to run clock. Right? You're supposed to run clock in this situation. You're not supposed to try to go for the score. You're supposed to run clock. Right? But you try to finish over Vucevic. He contested it good, and they get a stop. Right? One possession game. The Sixers get another stop. Now let's see how they play this. Oh, okay. This is the previous possession. This is the same possession. I don't know why they repeat the same possession twice, but that's NBA.com for you. Now this dummy gets the ball on the block again, right? Clank. Chicago's down by just 1, right? Off the Maxey miss that we just went over, right? You're supposed to play time and score correctly, but you don't. You miss the shot, and they get in the races, and then they're able to cut it to 1, right? Now this possession right here, Maxey, Maxey's Maxey's being guarded by Okoro. Grimes is being guarded by Buzelis. Trey Jones or Trey Johnson. I think Trey Jones. He's in the weak side corner on VJ Edgecombe. You got Kelly and Embiid in the corner. Bro, the spacing was just fucked up. But right here, Maxey, gets the switch, doesn't get enough separation, and Buzelis is able to contest it perfectly, and he gets the block. Right, he gets the block. Chicago gets the stop. They call time, and they're able to go up by 2 points. He says Tyrese Maxey is basically a modern day Lou Williams. He did choke. He plays one of. I'm not gonna say he choked, but these were like terrible decisions down the stretch. Right, we had some opportunities where if he would have made the right pass, because you got somebody cheating, helping one pass away. If he was able to make that pass, make those reads, maybe we're able to, get something going. I don't know, but you're supposed to make those passes if somebody is committing a sin, right? Because those are defensive sins, so you should make them pay. You should make the defender pay. But yeah. But I'm gonna go through the last shot right here, and I'm gonna end everything. So a sideline out of bounds play with 3.2 seconds left on the game clock, right? Isaac Okoro is on Maxey right here, right? There was no way Maxey was gonna. He was definitely gonna stick with Maxey no matter what. Now the inbounder, the trigger man, Kelly Oubre, Embiid is able to set a pick on Buzelis, and it gives Quentin Grimes the freedom to flash to the top of the key. Right now, he gets it. Right, let me pause it right there. Right, that's an open shot. Right, that's an open shot because Buzelis is struggling and fighting to get through that pick to go contest the shot. Now, I believe Grimes had enough time to, go for the shot fake and, sidestep and then shoot it because, he has a very, very quick release. I think that would have been a better decision to make. But he decides to go for the shot, and this is an open shot. I mean, if you're a coach and you can draw up a play to get a wide open shot like this, like every team will live with it, right? Especially with Quentin Grimes and Quentin Grimes page doesn't have if or maybe in his. Bro, you cracking me up, but yeah, salute to the sporting page, bro. Y'all should go check him out. But yeah, as I was saying, I'm like this is an open shot, right? And Quentin Grimes is capable of knocking or making these shots. We've seen him multiple times, right? He's hit game winners for the Sixers this season. So for DJ Eastwood to say that Nick Nurse was supposed to run the play for Maxey, I mean, yeah, I mean you definitely want your best player, to take the shot, the game winning shot. But I mean, with this play right here, I had no problems with it because it was still an open shot. Now you missed the shot, but that don't mean it was a bad play. He just missed a shot, right? You just missed a shot. It's not like Kelly Oubre was taking a shot. It wasn't like somebody else was taking a shot. I mean, Quentin Grimes is capable of knocking down these kind of threes. Now, yeah, he was 0 for 4, 0 for 5, or whatever. But I mean, still, a wide open shot is a wide open shot, right? A wide open shot is a wide open shot. So they run this play. Quentin Grimes, but like I said, I think if he would have went for the shot fake and then sidestep to the left and then shot it, I think I would have preferred that kind of shot, right? Because you still got 3.2. It's enough time on the clock to go for the shot fake because Buzelis was coming for the full closeout, right? So you fake him, he flies by, you take a dribble to the side, and you live with the results. But so he still has 2.2 seconds on the clock. So he shoots it, misses. Chicago completes the comeback. And that's the crazy part because the Sixers led for like 97% of the game, and then Chicago only led for about 3% of the game, and they won. That's crazy. Right, that's crazy. But that's what happened, and the Sixers ended up losing this game. Next time, if you play it smartly, if you play it correctly, you play it down the wire, you probably will have different results. But all the blame towards Embiid, does he deserve blame? Yes, but other guys also deserve blame. I mean, we see Maxey not making the right plays down the stretch. We see Maxey not playing time and score correctly. Like, why isn't anybody blaming him? Right? Why isn't anybody blaming Maxey? Yeah, he did score 39. Yeah, I mean, we give him credit for that, but you fucked up down the stretch. Right? You fucked up down the stretch. So, yeah, I think Sixer fans, we have to be fair, right? We have to be fair. We don't have to play favorites because Embiid isn't playing as good as Maxey right now. Maxey has been playing good, but I mean, when he deserves blame, you got to give him blame. Now, am I blaming him? Am I putting all the blame on him? No, but he did play a role in it, just like Embiid played a role in it, just like all the other players also played a role in it too, right? Because I didn't even talk about Trent and Wofford, but he had back-to-back turnovers, right? Offensive fouls, moving screens. He had turnovers like that. That gave Chicago, extra opportunities. So it all contributed to Chicago, making the comeback and winning. But Let's just be fair. Let's just give blame to whoever deserves it. If we give them credit, we give them credit as a team. If we're gonna blame anybody, we should blame them as a team. But hopefully they can learn from this. This was definitely this is definitely terrible. But the Sixers take on the Cleveland Cavaliers tonight, right? Now, obviously, we know Big Fella not gonna be playing, so we might see a little bit more of Andre Drummond in this ball game, which I mean it could help us, right? We might need that. He just proved what he always proves, which is he's not a point guard. He's a shooting guard. Philly needs a traditional point guard. That's true. That's something that I talked about in the summertime. But I think at this point right now, you just I mean who can the Sixers go for, right? Because in previous games, I seen Maxey like make some good passes. Like Maxey's averaging nine assists right now. I mean, I know it's still early. It's still early. He did make a couple good plays in yesterday's game, but down the stretch, those plays, it really hurt us. Right? It really hurt us. So hopefully he can, hopefully they watch film and he sees the missed opportunities where the Sixers could have generated points on. I mean, I don't know. Maybe hopefully they point out to him that with 20 seconds 20 seconds left on the shot clock, you don't go for the shot, especially in the clutch, right? With the game on the line, you don't do that, right? So hopefully they can point those out to him, and hopefully he can learn from that, right? These are all learning experiences. It's still early, but this was a game where if the Sixers would have won, I mean, it probably could have helped you in the long term, in the long run, right? Probably could have helped you. But things look good for Philly with that backcourt. If only PG and Embiid were consummate pros, you might have something. This era doesn't have too many traditional point guards, so shooting guards have inflated assists per game. Yeah, that's true. I think most of the guards are capable. I mean, they're scorers, but they're also some of them are also capable of playmaking. But as far as a traditional point guard, like nah, that shit dead. It's just dead, right? Like Maxey can score, sometimes could play make. Darius Garland can score, sometimes can play make. Like that's the kind of guards that we got. Emmanuel quickly, Jalen Brunson, like they're more two guards, right? Two guards in a point guard body. Yeah, two guards in a point guard body. But that was the game. But appreciate y'all for tuning in. Appreciate y'all. Tune in. I mean, what you call it? Yeah, tune in sports. We might cover the game tomorrow. Tomorrow. I don't know when, but yeah, we're gonna definitely talk about it. But the Sixers back to back and B not gonna be playing. Hopefully other guys are gonna get the opportunity. And like I said, hopefully Justin Edwards can, get some burn because he didn't play. Right. And with Dominic Barlow being out and some of these other guys being out, I think Nick Nurse should, go to Justin Edwards. Let's see what he can give you. Right. And tomorrow we're playing, I mean today, we're playing the Cleveland Cavaliers. I mean, Donovan Mitchell is going to be very, very tough to cover, right? So you're going to need everything. You're going to need everything to keep Donovan Mitchell in check. Even though Donovan Mitchell, I mean, he's guaranteed 25 points. He probably get his points. Right, he'll probably get his points, but I think the goal is to make him work for everything. So, yeah. Every player is capable of everything. Every era has discrepancies stat wise. That's why stats are irrelevant usually. There's some truth to it. Yeah, there's some truth to it. But Nick Nurse is the point guard. Nick Nurse is the point guard for the Sixers. All right. Yeah, Sporting. Yeah, take care. Take care. Be safe, man. Be safe. But yeah, that's everything. That's everything in this game. If they played it well down the stretch, they probably win this. But hopefully they learn from it and they can hopefully get the victory tonight against the Cavs on the road. So this was the first This was the first loss on the road, so hopefully they can learn from it. Salute to Bobby Rays. Philly just got to get, bro. Y'all gotta stop. And he played a good game, bro. He played a good game. That's what he's capable of doing. Like he's a triple double threat on any given night, right? He's capable of scoring, grabbing rebounds, and also making good plays that leads to points. So yeah, just give him credit, bro. Just give him credit. I'm just here to talk about the basketball side of it. Anything else? Hey, I'm not. I don't know. You ask about anything else? I don't know. But basketball wise, yeah, Josh Giddey, yeah, he's a very good all around player. But that's where I'm gonna leave it. But appreciate y'all for tuning in. Appreciate y'all. I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, you can subscribe to the channel Sixers platform. And yeah, catch you guys on the next one. Peace.